back to my channel. I'm Laura, and today we're talking about how to reach your goals fast by being delusional. And on my channel we talk all things fitness, skincare, hair care, shopping, just like all the things. But today we're talking about goal setting and just being delusional. What is that? I know it's trending on TikTok, being delulu is what manifests your goals, but what does that actually mean? So let's get into it. What is up, everyone? Today I'm going to be talking about how being delusional can help you reach your goals fast. So when we unpack what being delusional actually means, the definition is actually something a person believes and wants to be true when it isn't. And it's interesting because one of the things that I like to do when I have free time is watch documentaries. So just in the last few weeks, I watched the Tyler Perry documentary. I watched a documentary on Muhammad Ali, and then I went with one of my girlfriends to go see the Beyonce movie, which I loved. It was so good. But one of the things all these people had in common was the fact that they were basically delusional. So they were able to hold on to a belief of something that was not true, and they were able to hold it until it was true. So they wanted something. It wasn't true in the physical sense, but they still knew that they could have it. Especially in the Tyler Perry movie, this man was broke, he was in debt, and he still believed that he was going to be a film producer, one of the best film producers. He really believed that he was going to be successful. Even when he was homeless, he was sleeping in his car. And those films or those documentaries are so powerful because now these people are some of the most respected people in Hollywood, or some of the most respected athletes. So what does that mean for you? So when you look at what you believe about yourself, you can look at your beliefs by looking at your life. If things don't turn out for you all the time, or you can't follow through, you're never successful, you have to look at what is the belief behind this action. If you have a belief that you're not going to be successful or that things don't work out for you, they won't. I also thought it was interesting from the Tyler Perry movie because he did talk about his story and how he was abused so badly as a child, and that caused him to go retreat to his happy place or his safe space, which was his imagination. He could go in his mind, and that was so profound for me because that is actually what creates. Imagination creates reality. Neville Goodard had a book titled Imagination Creates Reality, and it's been said and seen so many times over and over again. So somebody might think that you're delusional, but you know that if you created it in imagination, that it can be true in the world. If you can hold it in your head, then you can see it in your hand. I think that's what they say. If you can see it in your mind, then you can hold it in your hand. And that's the quote. And I thought that was so powerful. So him having such a vivid imagination is what allowed him to become so successful, I believe, along with discipline, hard work. We're not taking any of that away from him. So your desires never really go away. If you desire something, you may be able to ignore it for a little while, but that's why you see people in their 60s or in their 70s going back to school, because they might have wanted to complete something that they never got to, and they can't let go of that dream because it's within you and it has to come out. So for you, when we talk about beliefs, where do beliefs actually come from? And they come from society, they can come from your family, grandparents. You really don't even, I have some beliefs, I don't even know why I believe them. You're just like, I just thought that was true. And I really like Abraham Hicks. And when she talks about what a belief is, she says a belief is a thought that you continue to think, and then you hold it in your mind until it's true in the 3D, which I thought was so interesting because so many things that we believe, they're just beliefs. It doesn't mean they're true. So to change your belief about anything, you have to change your thoughts. And this is not new concepts that I'm teaching. If you look at some of my favorite authors, so Neville Goodard, the late Rev Ike, if you look at Bob Proctor, Abraham Hicks, like all of these spiritual teachers in almost every field, either if you're looking at it from a science perspective, so Joe Dispenza, or if you're looking at it through a more spiritual lens, which would be like a Reverend Ike.
When you know that God is no longer in the sky, but that God is the mind, the power that is within you, it sets you free from trying to get a God in the sky to do something for you. When I believe in myself, I am God in action.
They're basically saying the same things. Change your thoughts, change your life. And to change your thoughts, you have to be aware of what you're thinking. So what's really powerful is affirmations. And the reasons that affirmations are powerful is because you're basically claiming that thing to be true before it already is, or before you believe it. And repetition is what makes it get formed in your subconscious mind. So, and I'm not a religious person or whatever, but I know that the Bible does say, let the weak say I am strong, and let the poor say I am rich. So basically what that's saying is you don't affirm what you don't want, you affirm what you do want in the positive. And that's what affirmations do. They reprogram your mind to think in the positive of what you want. Another way to reprogram your mind is visualization, imagination, visualizing before you go to sleep, when you're right before you go to sleep or right when you wake up. And I don't want to put like my friends and family on blast, so I'll never mention like names or anything. But I was at a family member's house not too long ago, and when they wake up, the first thing they do is turn on the news. And I can't tell people what to do, but that's probably not the best thing, because your subconscious is still open, and then you're taking an influx of all this information, what happened other places, and it's usually really fear-based and fear-mongering. So instead of waking up and turning on the news, go into a meditation, go into a visualization of what you want and what you desire out of life. And then you basically persist in that until it hardens into fact. So you persist in that imaginal act until it actually becomes true for you. You start affirming it, you start imagining it, you start declaring it to be before it even happens. And that's basically when people will or may think that you're delusional, because you have this vision in your mind and they can't see it yet. And sometimes people won't believe you. Sometimes people are you pushed out. So maybe if you have some doubts, you may run into other family members who have doubts on you, project their doubts on you. And this is just when you persist. You just have to persist, and you have to do the work. Nobody can really do the work for you. Nobody can change your life but you. And just to give, oh my gosh, examples of this, when you really start to sit and look at your life and start to reflect, you see that a lot of things that came true have came true because of your beliefs. Even what I'm doing now, I've always wanted to become, well, not always, but for the last like 5 years, I wanted to really be a content creator. I wanted to do wellness content and fitness content, but I had a double mind. So I wanted to do it, but then I was scared of what my family would think. I wanted to do it, but I was scared that I would look stupid and I wouldn't be successful, or just not knowing where to start. So I had all these conflicting thoughts until one day I was just like, okay, well, most people aren't living the life they want to live. The people that I'm nervous about or that I think will judge me are not even living the life that I would want to live. So you get to a point where you're like, who cares? And I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to be delusional. And I've had so many things, so many breakthroughs in my life just from having that mindset of just like, who cares? I think on TikTok they were saying what's keeping you from your goals is the fear of looking stupid. And that is so true. So I just want to encourage you guys today, keep looking stupid, keep being delusional, keep believing in yourself, and keep pouring into what you want to do. And all that will actually manifest in your life.